got a very special guest.
Have we?
Yeah, most of our guests put us in the shade. I think this guy does everything. So
we're there anyway. We're in the shade anyway.
Can we bring Mikey in, please?
Let's bring Mikey in. Mikey,
there he is.
Hey. Salute to you, lot.
Hi, Mikey.
Wow. I want to be in your number. Brilliant song.
How you doing?
I'm doing. Rob and Paul, you lot are legends. Can I just first of all say, together since 1984. It feels like 1984 right now. Say no more. Say no more. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
No. It's a pleasure, Mikey. We've never met. So I'm Paul. This is Rob.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've seen some of our stuff or heard some of our stuff. We're just we're looking to hear from and to talk to people that are doing great stuff in the community. You look like a very busy man. There's lots going on in your life. So for the sake of the viewers, give us a sort of a bit of an idea of your background, what it is you're doing, that sort of stuff.
Of course. Mikey Bharj, that's my name. I grew up in Rayners Lane. Literally Rayners Lane in Harrow, originally from Wealdstone, 5 doors down from the Wealdstone Raider. Go look him up if you want to see.
Yeah, Wealdstone Raider.
Yeah.
He drinks in my local pub, actually, Mikey.
There you go. So we're all familiar. So Wealdstone is where I grew up originally, Rayners Lane. For the last 15 years, I've been a screen actor, dedicated to the cause. I've been a stand-up comedian since I was 11 years old.
Wow.
Weird. Got into the dark arts of the adult comedy scene, ladies and gentlemen, the dark arts. Ever since a young lad, I've always been passionate about acting, and I've always been passionate about performing. And every opportunity that's come my way, I've always jumped at it. Since then, I've taken every opportunity that I can to kind of give back to young people and kind of trailblaze the way so they don't have to break in the doors like I had to do.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I didn't come from an acting family. I'm not Lawrence Fox. I wasn't born into a dynasty.
Well, if you were Lawrence Fox, you wouldn't be invited on, Mikey, so no foxes allowed on this.
Hey, that's our London mayor you're talking about. That's our London mayor. Have some respect for the Fox family.
Listen, Mikey, just if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
How old am I? Let me check. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am. I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 last year.
Wow. Okay. Wow. And you talked about you slipped in early. You talked about film career. So, what films have you been in? Films.
Well, I started from the beginning. To be fair, I've had like little minor roles in a film called Offender. I had like minor roles in a film called Pan. But my greatest achievement was working on a film for Paramount Pictures, directed by Tim Miller, who's one of the most talented directors I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it was Terminator Dark Fate, which is one of the recent Terminator films starring Linda Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Mackenzie Davis, who you might have seen on Black Mirror.
Wow. So how did you land that, Mikey?
Well, it's just the good old-fashioned way where you have to, you secure a talented agent who is Cherry Parker, who is brilliant for having me on. She took a chance in me. She believed in me. We've never met face to face, but we had a great conversation over the phone. And then she lined up an audition for me in Spotlight Studios in the middle of Leicester Square. And I had to just come in there with an American accent and do the audition process. And it was about 2-3 stages.
Yeah.
Met the director, and he believed in me and gave me a fantastic opportunity. So just the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and what drove you to be an actor then, Mikey? I mean, we get on to your stand-up comedian stuff in a minute, but what were the inspirations for you to take up that sort of acting role?
To take up acting, God, I mean, to think about it, I've been doing it since I was 11 years old. Really, honestly, it was the only shine that I kind of got in the school process. You know, there's one of those things. I wasn't an athlete. I wasn't great at maths. But when I read and I stood on stage, I had a great feeling from it, and people were entertained and they were clapping, which is amazing. And I just constantly just kept working on the craft, and just kind of going for it, really.
Yeah.
It's just old-fashioned way, really.
Yeah. And what do you see yourself, as an actor or a stand-up comedian? Which do you prefer?
Good question. All right. So when I came into this, I met a very talented comedian called Mr. C when I was 11 years old. I didn't even know stand-up comedy existed. I was a class clown. By the way, I was voted class clown in my high school, Hatchen High School in Harrow. Okay. So not my words, baby.
Yeah.
You got to chase it up with the 400 students in my year. And I was, I wasn't friends with. I was actually friends with everybody. I was one of those guys that would just like crack jokes, and we were the funny guys, right? So they voted me class clown. I didn't even know that was a profession. I saw this guy called Mr. C who came in and he did a stand-up comedy performance, not in the high school, but at another place. And I was like, what is that? What is that? He took me under his wing, I swear to God, and showed me the adult comedy scene, because he was also doing acting. Don't know who I am. Who am I? So many personalities. He taught me the wing of stand-up comedy. So I was like a little, can you imagine like Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
I was Robin, basically.
Okay.
Right. So everybody was saying, like, who's this young kid? So he brought me in. So stand-up comedy was the way. However, acting, I feel, is so cool because you get to be any character you want to be. And literally, there's such a whole new dynamic. You can do theater, you can do screen. So for me personally, I consider myself, hey, don't make me pick sides. Don't make me pick sides. I consider myself to be an actor.
Okay.
But with a stand-up comedian heart.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
But
they can coexist.
Character actor.
Yeah, you've got two other class clowns here, but you're successful, Mike.
Yeah. We never got there.
We never got out of first grade, did we?
No.
So you made it. So that's good stuff. But tell everybody, Mikey, you've also got a podcast, I think. We also sort of launch again another sort of string to your bow. What's that about?
Thank you very much. And it's not as profound and as magical as yours. And I'm trying to work for it. So I'm learning in these crafts. So I have a lot of respect for you guys. But this podcast is called the Mikey Bharj Show. It's kind of in connection with the Greater London Youth Foundation, which do amazing work. Okay. And the aim of the game, I like to call it like careers advice with comedy. Okay. Now it's not comedy careers advice, but it's careers advice with a little bit of me, basically. And I like to, how do I say it? I like to interview influential people around the world who can give the stepping stones to their career. Because I was sick to death of people from reality TV shows, and they get the spotlight. They just go on Big Brother and they become the next celebrity. And I'm like, no. Let's give the shine to the people who actually make an impact and give them the platform. Yeah. So we interview nurses, we interview psychologists, we interview counselors, MPs. I recently interviewed Gerard Barron, who is a CEO of a deep sea mining company. Thank God he gave me the opportunity, which is going to be like the revolutionary battery, you name it.
Yeah.
And so we're basically breaking down all the stepping stones of the career. Where did you go? University. Then what did you do? Then after that, what do you have to do to become you?
Yes.
And that's what the show is. It's completely transparent. I asked them, how much are you getting paid?
Right.
All the questions that you want to know, that's what it is. So call me a careers advice counselor if you want.
With a bit of comedy.
With a little bit of comedy and a little bit of sugar.
Yeah. There it is.
So Mikey, the foundation that you're working for or working with, what's its drive? Who set it up? I suppose it's a charity. What's it called?
Yeah, the Greater London Youth Foundation.
Okay.
It's a charity set up by Eve Baker.
Yeah.
She's tremendous person who set up this foundation, and they do a lot of courses. So we have a drama online workshop, which I run, which is on every Sunday. Yeah. It's on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Anybody can sign up. It's completely universal. I teach. We work on careers advice, as I said, how to get into acting and challenging scripts.
Yeah.
There's also a debate class, which I'm not involved in that one, but that one's really successful. So it's about debating the pros and cons, political sides of things. So there's a couple of workshops that they run, and they do fantastic work. So I'm really grateful to be a part of that.
And if we've got listeners, viewers that might be interested in providing support, what do? They just go to the website. And what sort of support is the Greater London Foundation looking for?
Yeah, they're looking for everything, and I'm their front line at the moment. So you can come to me. You can go to MikeyBharj.com if you want to talk to me about some artistic sort of aspects of it. But you can definitely go to the Greater London Youth Foundation. I think it's cool. Come to me. Email me, MikeyBharj@gmail.com. I will pass it on to them.
Yeah.
But definitely go to the website, greaterlondonyouthfoundation.com.
Okay.
And you Google that. If you Google that, you will find what we're doing, and you can find us on Eventbrite as well.
And what sort of skills are you looking for? What sort of skills are they looking for, Mikey?
Skills? What do you mean? Sorry.
Well, so what sort of individuals can come and make a difference there?
Yeah, definitely. We're looking for everybody, and what we do mainly is we train people to be the best versions of themselves. Because come on, look at this climate that we're in. Yeah. I've been so lucky to been involved when times were at their high, where we had so many opportunities coming in.
Yeah.
Youth clubs have been shut down.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing virtual Zoom, furlough. Come on. Yeah. We're the last of our old religion, my friends. We're the last of our old religions. Not to get too Obi-Wan Kenobi about it, but we're the last of it. It's like the Jedi and the Sith. They're the new hope. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm here to kind of give them the discipline that I had, remind them, because it's come on a decline. So I'm here to really reinstill what has happened, and anybody can get involved. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. My drama class, we've got people who are 11 years old, and we've got people who are maybe in their 40s.
Yeah.
Someone said to me, honestly, they were like, "You can't have that. Why have you got people who are different ages?" And I said, look, I don't care what age you are. If you are an actor, you're year one, as far as I'm concerned. If you've never done it before, and what cool experience to have where you're an adult acting with somebody who's 11 years old. There's a TV show called Modern Family.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't matter. So anybody is welcome, and you will get the same love as I give everybody else. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your background, creed, whatever. Come along.
Beautiful. Mikey, is that over to Rob?
It's over to Rob.
It's over to Rob. Mike, some of our listeners will come to this show, Mikey, days from now, and they won't get the live broadcast, so they won't be able to see you. They'll hear the audio, and what they won't be able to see is your wonderful space you're in with a natural green screen behind you, and you are so dapper. You're looking so slick. I love the look today.
He's got no trousers on below. he's got no trousers on below the shot.
How did you know?
Well, the jacket, the tie, and the shirt are doing it for me. And he's got some nice headphones. He's rocking some nice headphones. So I guess part of my question was, I want to go a bit further back, Mikey, if I can. You've mentioned 11-year-old a couple of times, and I think we grasped that, and it's a beautiful thing that you've shared with us. But take us further back. I mean, your parents, and you mentioned Rayners Lane. Was that your first place that you were born into, Rayners Lane, or were you living somewhere before? Tell me about your parents and where you actually grew up.
Yeah, cool. I grew up in Harrow Weald. Harrow Weald is the first place I went to. Weald Middle School, and that area was, I was kind of looked like an outcast because I'm half Indian and half Jamaican. So my mother's Jamaican. God bless. Play the national anthem. And my dad's Indian, Sikh. So I look like Mowgli from the Jungle Book, basically.
Nice. Nice.
growing up. So I was an odd looking chap. Oh, okay. The Jamaican flag is out. I love it. Love it. So I'm really proud to be from those countries because I consider myself, honestly, I think I'm the most British person you've ever met on the planet. And I want to say this because it's going to be very controversial. Think about it. The sun never sets on the British Empire. So you got Jamaica, which is a colony.
Yeah.
Not Brit. John, I sound like a Billy Connolly. It's a colony of the British Empire, right?
Yeah.
So you got the whole history of there. You got people who have endured so much pain and suffering, and they've taken that pain and suffering, and they've turned that into some beautiful art forms. I've got a lot of family from this is the Caribbean side. They're from like New York and Memphis.
Yeah.
My cousin right now is NLE Chopper. Not many people know that. NLE Chopper is one of the biggest rappers. He's 16 years old in America at the moment. So that's the Baker bloodline. Yeah. There's that Baker root of things. So that's the Caribbean side of things. Endured, turn pain into suffering. Then you got the Indian side, which is the Sikhs. They come from a warrior clan of people. Okay. They're the fighters. They never give up in the face of danger. Out of everybody, you know, they fought the you know, don't condone any violence, but they fought the Muslims, they fought the Hindus, they fought the Christians. They're a very small clan based in Punjab, and they survived. And if you want to deal with the Sikhs, they're going to pick up the sword, and you're going to have to fight with them one-on-one. It's like a Jedi religion. Go look at the Jedi symbol. It's actually the Sikh symbol. They base the Jedis on the Sikhs in some sort of way. Very proud to come from both of these nations. So you got the Indian side over there, the East, okay, where the UK dominated at one point, East India Trading Company, and then you got the West, which is you got the colonies and setting up America and the sugar cane and all that sort of side, and then you got me, who got brought back into this mixture. The only reason why I'm here, by the way, is because of Idi Amin. I wouldn't exist with Idi Amin. Sorry, I didn't pronounce his name right. Idi Amin, VC, CBE, Dada, Doctor, President for Life, Lord of all the fish and birds in the sea. Go look up at his title. Have you seen his full title?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. That's his full title, by the way, or something like that. Lord of all the... Anyway, so my dad got kicked out of the country, Uganda, in whatever it was, in the 80s or so. I got to go see the film, The Lost King of Scotland. So he got kicked out of the country, and that is why he's here. Then he met my mother. Then they gave birth to me, and I'm born in Harrow Weald. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, I don't know who I am. I felt like a mutant. Have you seen the film X-Men? I felt like one of the mutants or something. So it's taken a long time for me to learn myself. And I was just kind of really clueless. And I've been clueless my whole life, really. And thank God I've met some fantastic mentors who've put me on the right path.
Yeah, yeah. And in terms of, I mean, what a wonderful backstory, a coming together, the East meets the West. And you are here with as a vessel of all of that, making sense of what happens next. So, so for you, what is success going forward? What would you? Is it that plum role in a movie that you want more than anything? Is it to go on tour with your comedy? Is it for the Greater London Foundation to deliver all of those talented ones, the younger ones, the older ones, but to maximize their potential? What is success for you going forward, Mikey?
Good question. I want to be an example, and I think I have to be an example. Do you know what I did? You know the money that I got from Terminator? Do you know what I did with it? As soon as I went there, I had a religious experience. It was filmed in Hungary. I was riding around in Hungary on a flipping, excuse my French, but one of them little motorbikes. I rented a motorbike. I felt like Arnie for that minute. And then when I went on set and I saw my name on the thing, on the trailer, and I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger down there, I was like, holy moly, they didn't say I could do this in Harrow Weald. They did not say I could do this. Everybody told me you would be a blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. And I thought, it's true. So when I came back, do you know what I did with the money I got from Terminator? I spent all of it on an independent movie that I made called Neon Tank. It's on IMDb right now, soon to be released in the next 3 months. So I ain't got a penny of that left. I spent it all on cameras, crew, you name it. But everybody's like, what are you doing with the money? I can't get there. Cab, boom. Camera, boom. everything. I ain't got a penny left of it. And I made this film from it because I 100% believe once I saw that it's possible, I was like, yeah. So what am I going to do now? Yes, I would love to be a main character in a film, but I can't wait for the phone to pick up. You know, thank you, Mr. Lawrence Fox. You know, I can't wait for these situations to happen. You have to make it on your own. You have to do it with the people that you can bring in. Yeah. So I don't care if I'm going to be the main actor on something. I'm going to still be doing this teaching.
Nice.
You have to give back. I don't care. Literally, I could be on a TV show next week.
Yeah.
I will be in class on Sunday without fail, rain or shine.
And give us just a couple of sentences about Neon Tank. What is it about and when can we see it?
Okay, Neon Tank. Neon Tank is set in the future, 2033, not too far from now. But in this weird reality, reincarnation is a scientific fact. When you die, your unique DNA code is transferred to the next vessel somewhere on the planet. Millions, no, billions of people not gone, just merely relocated. My character, a star in the film, filmed it and directed it, edited it. I will never do that again. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Just do one thing, maybe in a film. My character plays a hacker. His name is Styx, after the river Styx, vessel for the dead. And what his job is to do is to sell souls on the black market to the 1%. He's got himself in a lot of trouble. He just needs to sell one soul, take his girlfriend and go back to New York. And that is the film. It's set in one night. It's all chaos. It's all, I've got my friends in it. I've got the some great actors from this group I used to be in called Troll Station, which was a comedy prank group on the internet. If you go look up their headlines, they've done some amazing things. They kind of paved the way for this whole prank generation. They were the first of their kind, the first to get 1 million views in 2011. I'm very proud. They've got into some trouble, but they've changed their ways, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to see the headlines. I know they got into trouble with the old Bill, but they're good lads now, and they're doing really positive work, and we're all going to give it back.
Nice. Oh wow, Mikey, I could listen to you all evening, but I'm going to hand back to Paul because there's a special request we make of all our guests. But Paul, over to you.
Yeah, just before we do that, just before we play the track of your choice, which is yours actually, Mikey, I think you've chosen one of your tracks. But just before we do that, are you the stand-up comedian vehicle? Is there anything live coming up? Have you got anything that you want to point people towards? I mean, certainly myself and Rob, I think we would trip along and love to see you live and support you. Have you got anything on the books, or is it all still COVID sort of related stuff?
No, to be honest with you, stand-up is going to be coming back.
Okay.
It's taken me a long while to kind of find my voice again, because remember, I was like a little Robin, and I went through Nightwing. But Batman is coming back. I'm angry. I've got a lot of stories to tell. I've lived a life, which is part of stand-up comedy. I've got some great mentors, which is, Toju, the comedian. I don't know if you know this guy. I'll just plug him very quickly. Toju, who was the militant black guy from Balls of Steel. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but he won the Golden Buzzer on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
He's one of my mentors. Fantastic. So go check out him, because he's actually fantastic right now. But me, I am coming back in about September or October with a brand new set. I got to do some work on the open mic scene, of course, again. But yes, you best believe there's a show coming back, the Mikey Bharj live.
Mikey, when
let us know.
Let us know, because we're certainly advertising, and if it's not too far, myself and Rob will come along and support you. So
is that your house?
Huh?
Is that, I'm joking. But yeah, it's not too far. It won't be too far.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to let you go. Before you go, introduce the track. Tell us what it's called and why you recorded it.
Oh yeah, we haven't even touched on this. My hobby, right? So I'm not even trying to be a rock star or anything. I actually, as you can see, I just love playing music. Yeah. I'm not trying to be a rock star. I'm not calling myself this and that. I'm an actor, stand-up comedian, writer, blah blah blah, teacher. But I love rock and roll. I love this show, by the way. You played some "Oh When the Saints Go Much." You played some tunes. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be telling all my friends about this radio station, because you guys play some absolute bangers. But look, I wrote this song called "Bend the Knee," and all my songs really are about ex-girlfriends and love. Call me the mixed race Taylor Swift, because all my songs are about my ex-girlfriends. And every song I wrote. So go find. It's been a little hobby for me to kind of release music online. So you can type in Mikey Bharj and you can see all the songs I'm releasing on Spotify and iTunes and all that sort of jazz. And this song is Bend the Knee. It's about meeting somebody who you fancy or you love, and then you want to kind of break your rules on, you know, marriage and all that. You want to conform for them. So me, the unconformist, would conform for this particular individual because they are so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Look after yourself.
Beautiful.
We will see you again.
Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Oh,
And
thank you for having me.
One love. Out of many, one people.
Take us to the sea. I wanna bend the knee. Boy, you're gorgeous. Did I mention you're my love? Be my queen. Oh, so gorgeous. Did I mention take us to the sea? I wanna bend the knee. Boy, you're gorgeous. Did I mention you're my love, be my queen, darling, so gorgeous. Did I mention, did I mention, did I mention, did I mention?
Rob, Paul, you're on. Unfinished business. Unfinished business. Unfinished business.